Hello everyone. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can receive the notification of latest videos. So, in previous video, we have studied about basic of Wi-Fi. What is scanning? Why we are saying it wireless fidelity? What is the meaning of fidelity? And what is the different type of service like basic service set, extended service set? All these type of things we have discussed in previous lecture. First, go to that video. After that, come to this video. So, in this lecture, we will discuss about on which layer this works. Like it works on physical and data link layer. Then we will see what is the function in each layer, and the main focus on this topic is our MAC layer. Simple. We know physical layer is just about the physical specification, like what is the transmission medium, what is the data rate, what is the frequency, what is the implementation technique. All these type of things comes under physical layer. So I have discussed in previous video about all these things. So let's come to the data link layer. We know data link layer is further divided into two parts, that is logical link control and media access control MAC layers. This comes under 802.1 standard and MAC layer comes under 802.2 standard, IEEE standard. And what is for Ethernet? 802.3. Simple. And for for Wi-Fi 802.11 originally, and all these are its advancements. Simple. So, see, we will discuss about this MAC layer mainly. You can simply see there are two type of functions. At the bottom, this is distributed coordination function, DCF. And at the top, this is point coordination function, PCF. We will see these in detail, but for now, see, distributed coordination function. Distributed means we have several stations, simple, and all of them can transfer. You have to decide which can transfer, all these type of things. Station will decide, yes, I can transfer now, and then second will say, yes, I can transfer now. All this type of thing distributed. Point coordination function. Point is simply a point. Yes, we know only this station can transfer at this time. This type of called point coordination function. We will see these in detail also, but for now, this is enough. Now, see, distributed coordination function provide contention-based services, and this is compulsory. And PCF, point coordination function, provides contention-free services, and this is optional, and this is compulsory. First, we will see what is contention-based service and what is contention-free services. Simple. Contention-based service mean simple. Suppose there are three stations A, B, C, and this is the common network, and these have some data to transfer on the network. Simple. A will see. You have already heard about the whether there is some current on the channel, or whether there is some carrier on the network. Simple. What it means, suppose if channel is free, our frequency is 0. Suppose current is 0 if channel is free, and if channel has some data already, then it means it is 1. Simple. 4. So suppose A, B, C, this wants to transfer the data on the network, and A will sense, yes, it is 0. There is nothing, there is no data on the, there is no carrier on the network. And at the same time, B will see, yes, it is 0. This can transfer. At the same time, C will see, yes, it can transfer the data. So at the same time, A can transfer, B can transfer, C can transfer. Simple. And this is a thing in real life what we want, that we have mobile phones, all of we have computers, and we can transfer the data at any time we want. Simple. So contention based service means we have multiple stations on the network, and there is no pre-coordination that who will send first. Simple. A is also free to send data, B is also free to send data, and C is also free to send data. This is called contention-based service. Simple. See, further they have various type of modifications, like how we can avoid the collision and all these. But the basic idea behind contention-based service means there is no pre-coordination about who will send the data and when. Simple. whenever they have data to send, they will they will sense the channel whether it is free or not. If they found channel free, they can transfer the data, but there may be a chance that at the same time A find that this is free, and at the same time B also find this is free, and they both transfer the data, and there will be a collision. So these type of services comes under contention based services, and there is a chance of collision. As we have discussed that at the same time, these station can find the channel free and they try to send the data at the same time. So there is a chance of collision simply. So all these type of contention based service, when there is no pre-coordination among the stations and there are chances of collision, that is called contention based services. Simple. If we come to the contention free service, just opposite to contention based service. Simple. Suppose A is a station which has some very important data and which we want to send immediately. Simple. So point coordination function provides contention free service, means there is already pre-coordination, already known that A will transfer the data. The reason may be whatever, that it has some important data or whatever the reason is, but we know in advance that A will transfer the data. There is pre-coordination between these three stations, that these two stations know that A will transfer the data, and still the time, suppose A will take 2 minutes to transfer the data. So for these 2 minutes, these two stations B and C will sit idle. See? For this time, this B and C will sit idle. Idle means they are totally idle. They have nothing to do. They will not even sense the channel. Simple. So this is simple. Contention based service means they don't have any pre-coordination. Any station, if any one of the station found that yes, channel is free, they can transfer the data, they can transfer it anytime, and there will be the chance of collision. But in contention free services means there is pre-coordination, that the station already know which station will send the data at what time. Simple. They know A has the highest priority and A will send the sensitive data. So A will transfer the data, and for the, suppose it will transfer the data for 2 minutes, till that time B and C will sit idle. This is called contention free services. So simple. Distributed coordination function provides contention based service. Distributed many station can send data at any time. Point coordination function means a single station can send data at this time. Simple. So collision chances are not there, but there are very high chances of collision. Simple. And see, this is optional and this is compulsory. See, what mainly we want in our real life? We want this type of service. No? We can send our data at any time. See? So mainly we are interested in contention based services, that is compulsory, and this service are optional. Simple. Now we will see one by one what is DCF and what is PCF. After that we will see various problems in this technique. Simple. So let's take a definition. What is contention based and what is contention free services? Contention based means that allows many users to use the same channel without any pre-coordination. Simple. Contention free means a channel is transferring its data with pre-coordination. That channel have pre-coordination and in this channel don't have any pre-coordination. Simple. First we will see what is DCF, that is distribution coordination function. After that we will talk about PCF, point coordination function. This is DCF, distribution coordination function. It provides contention based service, means the chances of collision are very high. So see, we don't want every time our data could collide while transmitting. What we want? We want our data to successfully transmit to its destination. So there should be some algorithm followed by this method to minimize the chances of collision. See, we cannot neglect the collision, or we cannot totally eliminate the collision, but yes, we can minimize the chances of collision. Simple. So to minimize the collision, this use CSMA CA. See, wireless technology use CSMA CA means carrier sense multiple axis collision avoidance. Carrier sense multiple axis collision avoidance. Simple. And it works in half duplex. See, if you talk about wired network like Ethernet, What wired network use CSMA, CD and full duplex? Carrier sense multiple access collision detection. See, this is full duplex means suppose this is a station or the network A and it has something to transfer. It can transfer the data over this network and at the same time it can also listen to the network whether there is any collision or not. If there is frequency change means if there is any collision, it can detect yes there is a collision and it can retransmit the data. Simple. So it works in full duplex means at the same time it can transfer the data as well as it can listen to the channel whether there is any collision or not. Simple. This is CSMA CD half full duplex mode because CSMA CD works on wired network like Ethernet. But if we talk about CSMA CA collision avoidance, this is half duplex method. Half duplex means it works in half duplex means at one time it can do only one thing. See, suppose at first time it is working as a sender or sending the data. Simple. Suppose for first 1 minute it works as a sender. It is transmitting the data. And for the second minute it is working as a receiver. Means it is sensing the channel. So it works in half duplex because half duplex is cost reasonable and what we want in our wireless technology to reach to the more and more people by providing it at a cheaper cost. Simple. So for now, the thing to remember is just this use CSMA CA and use half duplex method to minimize the cost. Simple. So now we will see how this DCF method works. Simple. See, we know before transmitting any data, it will sense the channel whether it is free or not. It will sense the channel whether it is free or not. Suppose the channel is free, then even then it will wait for DIFS time, that is distributed interframe space, and then it will transfer the request or transfer a control signal, that is request to send RTS to destination. Now destination will also wait for some time frame, that is SIFS, also called short interframe space. After waiting this much of time, it will send a control signal that is clear to send. Yes, you can send the data now because the channel is free and no other channel and no other station is transferring data to me. So you can transfer data to me. Simply, it is clear to send. Yes, you can transfer the data. See, this acts as a handshaking. This is requesting and this is saying yes, you can. Simple. This is like handshaking. Now after it will also wait for some SIFS time. Then it will transfer data. Then it will wait for some SIFS time and it will transfer acknowledgement. See, this is very simple. But what is the logic behind this DIFS wait time, SIFS? Simply, A wants to send data to B. First, it will check whether the channel is free or not. If channel is idle, it will wait for DIFS time. It will send a control signal, request to send. Can I send to you? Then it will wait for some time. When it will see yes, you can transfer the data, it will send clear to send. Yes, you can send the data, like a handshaking. Yes, yes, simple. Now it will also wait for some time. Then it will send data. Then it will also wait for some time and it will send acknowledgement. Simple. See, why we are waiting for these times? We are waiting for these times to avoid collision. How? See, suppose there are two stations. A also want to transfer the data and B also wants to transfer the data, send the data. A will find that yes, this channel is free and B will find yes, channel is free, I can send the data. So there may be chance at the same time both will transfer the data and there will be collision. So to avoid or to minimize this type of collision, they wait for some time. Maybe it will wait for this much time and B will transfer from this time to, So maybe A will wait for this DIFS time and B will wait for this DIFS time. After that, B will send the data. So there is chances of minimizing the collision. So the point just to remember, this space, this waiting time is just to minimize the collision. Simple. See, there is one more thing to note, that generally our DIFS is greater than SIFS. How? Suppose there are two stations A and B has something like acknowledgement or clear to send data, and A has something like RTS, request to send or data. A has something that is request to send and B has something that is acknowledge or control to send. So this DIFS time, see, we are using DIFS time while sending RTS, and we are using other way, that is in acknowledgement and this clear to send, we are using SIFS. So suppose RTS, A has RTS and B has acknowledgement, etc. So you can clearly see one thing, the acknowledgement CTS are more sensitive because they already passes through these steps and they are now here. It is here or here. Means they need priority. Simple. So in this way, many times this is fixed. DIFS is generally greater than SIFS because this data is more sensitive, because we have already covered many steps to reach at this step. Like to send acknowledgement, we have covered this step. So we don't want to waste so much work. Simple. So DIFS is greater than SIFS. I hope this is clear, but you don't have any need to cram all these. Simple thing is, the points to remember is works on half duplex to minimize the cost. CSMA cannot send or sense the channel at the same time, and contingent based service, you wait for this time to avoid or to minimize collision. Request, these are the control signal, request to send and clear to send, means this is type of handshaking. Then it will transfer the data, it will send the acknowledgement. Simple. Now we will come to the point PCF, point coordination function. As we have discussed, it provides contention free services. Means there is already some pre-coordination between the stations that who will send the data. Suppose there are three stations A, B and C, and there is already decided that yes, B has some sensitive data or B has some important data. It needs to send first, and we want that it should not be collided in between. So the AP, that is access point, will send a pole signal, like polling, will send a pole signal to B, and at this time only B can transfer the data over the channel. Simple. So in point coordination function, this is already pre-decided that who will transfer the data at this time. And so suppose B has something very important to send that should not be collide. This AP will poll this station B, and at this time this A and C, at this time this A and C will sit idle. So when we will transfer the data over the network, this A and C will sit idle, and there is a thing NAV, network allocation vector, and these station A and C will set this NAV, network allocation vector, that is we will sit idle for this time, like for the time other station will sit idle. Simple. So the simple thing is, we will transfer the data because there is already pre-coordination that we will transfer the data, and access point will poll this B. Till that time A and C will, and other station will sit idle, and there is a term that is NAV, network allocation vector. This is set for the channels, this is set for the time the other channel will sit idle. Simple. A and C will sit idle for the time how much the B is transferring the data. Simple. So this NAV is set by other station that we will sit idle for this much of time. Simple. This is PCF, point coordination function.